hit that introduction.
I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down.
Hey, good morning there, YouTubers. Welcome to my very first video, Old Rookie. It is currently 6:58 on this beautiful Sunday morning. Just sitting outside enjoying a cup of coffee here on the Old Rookie compound. So to make a long story short, I put this channel together to show all you new drivers and all you old drivers who have CDLs who've been out of the game for a short while that getting a job in the trucking industry is still possible. So without further ado, let's get started. A lot of your big companies, they're looking for experience. And if you don't have that experience, they're looking for somebody who has freshly graduated out of a trucking school. I received my Class A CDL back in 2001. I graduated from a school in San Antonio, Texas called Roadmasters. After graduating, I was able to pick up brief experiences working for Williams Scotsman to a few other OTR companies. And then I hopped out of the trucking industry altogether and went to work for the military. After I was done being a contractor for the military, I got into the oil field business. And in the oil field business is where I picked up a little more than 10 years of trucking experience, hauling mixing plants, fixed flatbeds, vacuum trucks, chemical trailers, and pump trailers. And then when I was done with that, I got into the agricultural side of things. While doing this, I became a supervisor at an RV park operating equipment. So I decided, with the way COVID's turning out in the United States, to give my CDL back to the country and allow my CDL to work for the public. So about a month ago, I came across a company on Facebook that you subscribe with and give them all your information. And then they send out your information to all the trucking companies that are attached to it, which turned out to be probably just about every trucking company in the United States. Because as soon as I submitted my name and all my pertinent information to this company, within a few hours, my phone was blowing up from dusk to dawn for the next 2 weeks straight. Out of all the companies that were calling me, wanting me for my experience, I ended up going with Swift. I'm sure a lot of y'all are saying, what? Swift. That's right, Swift. Swift. That name that is on the backside of every joke at every truck stop or at every turn in the United States, Swift. So, I would like to say, Swift being a mega carrier who has probably more trucks than anybody on the road in the United States, that would be including Mexico and Canada, they're probably going to be on the backside of every joke considering the amount of vehicles that they have on the road compared to your ordinary trucking company. So, with that being said, let's move forward. Swift gave me my chance that I was needing to break out into the industry. A month ago, I started the drug screening process, and that included a sleep study. And I went ahead and opted for the at-home sleep study. I personally came back negative, so that was able to expedite a lot of the rigmarole that somebody who tested positive for a sleep study would have to go through. Make a long story short again, I was able to complete my drug screening process that included a hair follicle sample and the urination in a cup. I was able to get on with the company and go through my orientation process, which is one of the reasons that this video is being made. So now y'all have just a small glimpse of my background and who I am. Absolutely no reason to waste any more of your time. Let's hop into the meat and potatoes here. If you're watching this video, it's probably because I included Swift in the title. Without turning this video into something like 15 minutes, I'm going to consolidate it down to 5 or 10 minutes. When you get hired on with Swift, they're going to send you for a drug screening, so be prepared to do a hair follicle and a urinalysis. Urinalysis will take 2 to 3 days. Drug screening will take 2 to 4 to 5 days. And the drug screening could go back 90 days. Even though they're only going to tell you that it's only going to go back a month or so, it can go back up to 90 days because the length amount of hair that they take dictates how far back they could run it, which the max is 90 days for where I went. Once that's done, your recruiter and a recruiter will be the first person that contacts you to set all this up. Your recruiter will get back with you and have you scheduled for orientation if you haven't already had it done. My orientation was in Laredo. Let me tell you, them Laredo guys and gals, they're pretty awesome. My orientation was 2 days. I arrived the night before at day's end. So I was playing it safe, so I brought a notepad and a pen. You only use that notepad and pen one time, and that's to write down all the leader names and numbers that you're going to need when you get your employee number. One of the first things that you'll end up doing is taking a comprehension test. Don't freak out. It's nothing hard. If you know how to read out of a comic book or read the newspaper, you can read this comprehension test. Once you're done with that, they're going to ask you about logbooks. You'll have to use a little bit of math, but if you have graduated from a truck driving school, or if you're an old rookie like myself, it will come natural. Don't stress yourself out about it. All this is day one. They buy you lunch and they will shuttle you back and forth from the hotel. I didn't get that service because I drove down in my car, but they will provide transportation, so you don't have to worry about that. Day two, also provide transportation, also provide lunch to you. This is the day that you will do your driver qualifications. Like I said about day one, don't get yourself freaked out about it. Don't get all turned up. Don't lose any sleep, because it is so simple. They don't take you out on the road. They drive you in their massive yard in Laredo, Texas. You can spend anywhere between 15 minutes to 45 minutes with the driving instructor, who is also a Swift employee. You will have to parallel park. You will not have to do any blindside backing, but you'll do blindside turning. He will engage you in complicated turns with inside the yard. Don't get into any hurry. He's not looking for you to get into any hurry. He's looking for you to take your time. And always remember, if you are a weak backer, he will work with you. Emphasizing on the driving more than the first day, because if you can't pass the driving, it could hold you up. But this instructor will not fail you unless you just absolutely need to be failed. And once you pass your driver qualifications, by that time or the following day, you would have already had your employee number. Day two is when you receive your fuel card. Guys, that's pretty much it. Day one, be prepared to watch quite a bit of videos and be prepared to help the instructor read off of the videos or off the bulletin points. And don't forget to bring your mask. That's pretty much it for orientation. I'm going to tell y'all guys after orientation what happened to me and what you could possibly expect. For you guys that just want to know about orientation, you could please end the video right now, hit subscribe and like. Don't forget to turn on that notification icon. So after my orientation, since I have lots and lots of new and old experience, they offered flatbedding to me. And when they offered flatbedding to me, you have to try out for the position. And trying out for the position basically means that their flatbed division leader will take you to a flatbed where there's an 80-pound tarp, and you will have to show that you can remove the 80-pound tarp from the trailer. And this is an 80-pound wood tarp. You remove it from the trailer, you put it on the ground, you unravel it yourself, and then you roll it back up yourself, basically the exact same way that you got it. You pick it up using proper lifting techniques, place it back onto the trailer and then onto your shoulder. You're going to walk to the end of the trailer, the flatbed, 6-foot drop. Then you're going to walk back to the front and either put it on the ground or put it back up on the trailer. You put it back up on the trailer, you just might impress the person that is testing you. And then you're going to walk to the passenger side of the 6-foot drop, and there will be multiple flatbeds stacked up. And this is the test in Laredo. There'll be multiple flatbeds stacked up on the original flatbed, so it'll be too high. And you will toss 3 to 4 straps over and through the trailers to show proper strapping technique. And you will have to walk back around and properly strap them down. They give you 14 minutes to do all this. I tested it in 13 minutes and 42 seconds. I took my time. Unless you just absolutely screw it up, it won't pass you. But if you go a hair over 14, they'll pass you. These people, they don't want to see you fail, and they're not after to see you fail. Once you've been accepted into the program, then you will have to do a 5-day strap course. And in that course, they teach you everything from chains to 4-inch straps, how to tarp, how to untarp, and then how to get you down the road. I am waiting to do this class. As a matter of fact, I depart Monday and my class starts Tuesday. Now, after I'm done with the class, for me, this is where it gets tricky. I don't think that I will be moving over to flatbed because my recruiter enrolled me into car hauling, into the car hauling division, where I will have to do another class on how to strap down vehicles. And these are dedicated lines called the Triangle from Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan, back to Laredo, Texas. And that's pretty much it, guys and gals. If you got a question, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in.